A grinning face of the flying future. The Joint Strike Fighter. Low cost, well, $36 million a copy. It's the next generation combat plane designed to do everything.
A lot of people have asked the Boeing company why this airplane looks as it does and why it's so different. Our initial answer is that it's no accident. When you look at all the requirements that have been laid on this airplane, one basic airplane to meet the requirements of the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Marine Corps, the Royal Navy, and the Royal Air Force, to do this in an affordable fashion, to get the pilots out there in a stealthy platform, to put bombs on the target, and then get the pilots back. The only way you can do that is by taking the best of modern technology, starting with a clean sheet of paper, and designing the airplane to meet the requirements. When you do that, we believe at the Boeing Company that you get an airplane that looks just like this.
Well, let's hope it's brains over beauty, that it's not a bird we fancy taking to bed. I guess it's a bombshell underneath. Weapons are hidden internally. The new design will be fast and stealthy. And it looks like our test pilot Fred's having a whale of a time.
So what you're getting is an aircraft that is uniquely tailored to cost. And that is why you get this extraordinary concept that one basic design will be able to do two really quite different and diametrically opposite things, which is to take off normally like a conventional combat aircraft, and to land and take off vertically like a Harrier. We are at the moment talking at least 3,000 to 4,000 aircraft coming out of this program, and that's really even before you start to get your teeth into the export market.
The Navy and Marine version of the JSF will replace the current standard short takeoff and vertical landing jet, the F-A-2 Harrier. The US Navy is getting 300 planes. The British get 60. I suppose that'll do. And the conventional JSF is replacing the F-16, the most prolific jet around. The Yanks have a mere 2,000 in the US Air Force. Another 2,000 operate worldwide. There's a big market out there for this new jet, so JSF builders will have to make it a rock-hard plane.
The wing is a solid piece, one wing that fits on the top of the fuselage. You get larger components in fewer components, a very strong wing, a very large fuel tank. You also get it high-mounted on the fuselage so that you reduce the effect of the exhaust from the direct lift components when you're doing a vertical landing. Back here we have what's called the two-dimensional lift nozzle. This gives the pilot an additional maneuvering capability in that it will redirect the exhaust gases like this, up and down, in addition to the straight horizontal. This gives the pilot tremendous additional maneuvering capabilities.
Designers reckon the plane will exceed Mach 2 in all weathers. That's if the real plane can do what this animation suggests. Vertical takeoff planes usually take ages to get up and thrusting away as sitting ducks. But the design challenge is to get this duck up and moving within 3 seconds.
In the short takeoff and vertical landing variant of this airplane, these actually close, and the exhaust gases are redirected through lift nozzles at the side of the airplane, right at the center of gravity of the airplane, which give the airplane the ability to move vertically. There has never before been an airplane like this that is stealthy, supersonic, and has a short takeoff and vertical landing capability. This is the first one.
The JSF is conceived both as a first day of war stealthy strike fighter, full of ultra sophistication, and a menial kind of bomb truck for the rest of the war. These are actually very conflicting requirements, and the way they get around it is by installing internal weapons bays. You can load up bombs into those internal weapons bays, and keeping the airframe free of bombs and protuberances, you maintain its stealth. On, say, day 5 or 6 of the war, when you've taken out all the surface-to-air missile sites, you can then start loading up the aircraft with bombs on pylons. You're not stealthy then, but it doesn't matter anymore because you've already taken out the surface-to-air missile sites.
All this in just one plane. The JSF is due in service later this decade. You'll grow to love